Screen recording, vlog camera's recording, exposure looks alright, let's have a go. Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. Hope you're all keeping well and I've had another good week. Well, sorry it's a late video again. Been flat out with work this week and things going on and trying to get jobs done around the house, but I'm finally sat down in the living room again, still not got an office, got the lights set up and away we go. Right, just a quick one this week. I've been promising I'm going to do a quick video on editing and I've chosen how I edit my shadows out quickly when I'm pitch side. So I'll show you that in a minute, and then I'm also going to quickly show you, I've had a few questions about how I'm set up in camera to try and save as much editing as I can so that I can basically download and send it straight off. So first off we'll take some shadows out an image quick and then I'll quickly show you my in-camera settings. Let's delve in. Right, so I've picked an image that I know was really dark and caught me out a bit on the exposures from the Bradford game a couple of weeks ago. So as you can see here, it was quite bright sunlight. If I just come off that look, you can see that some of the game was bright sunlight. You see here, look, this is an image that I sent off, a stock image, but if I go to the next image, look, you can see half the pitch was in sunlight and then half of it, if we go, I'm just going to scan through the, look at that, look, really harsh there, look, really harsh. Missed a yellow card there, look, that was a yellow card, always the same. Getting ready there, look, getting ready for the yellow card, getting ready, and then keeper moves, bosh, I lose the player in the yellow card. So not really much point in sending that one, but anyway, as you can see I haven't because it's not squared off, but anyway, you get the picture. Harsh sunlight and then into shadows. So if we now go back to my goal that I'm going to show you, where was it? I think it was later on, it's a penalty, wasn't it? If I can find it, I shouldn't have done that because I've now lost it. No, it's before that. Where are we? Here we go, here we go, here we go. Right, so it's obviously just come out of harsh sunlight. Bit of a tapping. I think I sent that because it's player's back, not great, but you can just see his eye, look, so I thought I'd send it in and it's a goal picture. And then he runs towards me and as he's turning, he's running into shadow. And it's always tricky when a player comes right over you and then you've got the bright sky as his backdrop. That's when the exposures just panic, and although I'm on auto ISO, which means I control the exposure compensation, you'll see in the settings I just didn't have time to control it, like when they're in the middle of the park. So he's running towards me, look, you can see there, and that I've took some shadows out there, I'll show you in a minute, but the worst one is when he's coming up to me, look, and you can see this sky that's coming into the frame, into the composition. I did send that one, look, so you can see I took a little bit of shadow out, but not too much sky. But it's when he comes right underneath me, look, that we lose all his skin tones. So that's one that I sent off. It's actually a little bit green. We'll try and master that in the edit that we do. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to edit that one. So let's have a look. So got my shortcut, edit photo, click that. I've set that in Photo Mechanic so it sends me straight to Photoshop. And because I'm screen recording, look, I think the laptop's going to be quite slow, it is. But anyway, so this is the raw image straight out of camera. I always use Adobe Camera Raw sliders, and that is Shift Command A, that's the shortcut on the Mac. I think it's Shift Control A on a Windows. So it's going to open up the Camera Raws, and here we are, look, here's all our sliders. So first off, I'm just going to burn out the background and just bring his skin tones in a little bit, look. So I'm going to bring it about there. Let's just play with the contrast a bit. Just going to give it a little bit of contrast. Take the highlights down a bit so that we don't over... See his arms coming back. See this area here? If I zoom it in a bit, see we've lost his arm a bit because it's the same tones as that sky. But if we take the highlights down, we're bringing his arm back, look, and we're splitting up. I mean, if I take the look, we lose his arm there, so I'm going to take the highlights right down. Let's go out again. So that's brought his arm back a little bit. I'm going to take the shadows up a bit. So that's that. Right, I'm going to go down now to the dehaze tool. This is where it'll help us out with the colours. See how it's going a bit green? It's probably gone a bit much. Let's have a look at the clarity. Give it a bit of punch now. Look, we're giving it lots of punch now with that clarity. Right, let's have a look at the blacks. And again, I'll be doing this a bit faster pitch side. I'll be zimming about and just quickly looking, and you know, I've got to be as quick as you can. But when it's a goal image and you want it to get used, it's quite important. We'll slide the whites up. Right, let's give it a little bit of vibrance because that colour's gone a bit funny. Look, let's bring the yellows back in his shirt. And you can see all the colours in the crowd coming out. Now then, to me there looks to be a lot of magenta in that, so let's just play with the tones a bit. Let's give it a bit of too much blue, too much blue. Let's go back a bit. So you are fighting against a losing battle because you're trying to bring the colour back that's not there on the original. See what saturation's like. Just saturate it a bit. See how we've got green on here now, so I'm actually going to just come a bit more on the exposure like that. Look, let's mess about with the shadows again. So let's take the shadows back in. Now it's looking really green. It's looking a horrible colour, isn't it? So I might just come out of Camera Raw. Loads better than it was, but I'm just going to go Command B, which brings up my colour balance. I'm going to leave it on mid-tones. Let's just see, by giving it a bit of red, if we bring the natural colours back a little bit. We are a little bit, look, bit of red. What's the green going to do? It's bringing some magentas in, look, which we're sliding to. So we'll take that back to near on. It's just a case of knowing what works. See how that, I don't like this green, it's so overpowering. But that's, I mean, that is the colour of underneath that stand. Let's have a look at highlights if we bring the reds back in. That's better, look, on the highlight tones. Bringing his skin tones back, bringing the kit back. Probably a bit oversaturated, but it's looking better than it was. Yeah, let's take a bit more magenta out. What's it do with the blues? No, let's leave that on 0, I think. I'm going to have a quick play with the mid-tones, with the shadows. There we are, that's not bad, it's affecting that, so that's nice. It's taking the colour back off that, which is good. What about if we add green? No, I'm just looking, I'm concentrating on his face. But obviously I've got time here to do this. So that's not bad at that. Let's go back. That's the original. That's just a quick edit. Now I'll probably crop it in anyway. Paper's going to crop it in if they use it, aren't they? Something like that. Still perhaps a bit magenta-y. Look at his hand, looks about the right colour tones. His head, his face on the other hand, and you can see his hair's gone a bit blue. But it's a lot better than it was. I'm just going to go Command U. Let's just go to magenta. Again, I'm doing this all for... Yeah, let's take them. Obviously we don't want to take the magenta out of the shirt. Let's have a look at hue on the magenta. That's quite nice. Look, if we give it a little bit of hue. How's that looking? His arm's a bit blooming fluorescent now, isn't it? Look, but we are battling. We're trying to make something that was never there. But you can get away with that. I'll tell you what, let's just go back into the blue and take away the cyans. That's it, look, it's taking it off his arm a bit, look. We'll leave it at that. That's better. That's not too bad at that now. Back into Adobe Camera Raw. Just play with the shadows again. That's not bad at that, look. Everything else is burnt out and looks awful, but that doesn't matter because it's the play we're looking at. That'll about do me, I think. And that's a lot of messing about that I probably wouldn't have done all that pitch side, but for the benefit of you guys and wanting to pick up a bit of editing, that's not bad at that. It's not great by any means, but it's a lot better than it was. If we just go back to the original, that's the original look. That's not too bad at that. Might be a bit overexposed on his face, but a lot better than it was. Now what I would do with that, I would now have, I'll have set up, every game I set up an action, so it'd probably be F4, something like that. So I'd hold the FN key, hit F4, that would save it into my sent file, what I call my ready file. I would open that up in Photomechanic. I'd have the ready file open up in Photomechanic, because I never always save the edited image and keep the raw file in case you ever need it. And then I would just go into, as you can see on that one, I'd then go into Photomechanic. Obviously that's not the one that we've edited because I haven't sent it through, but I mean, that's just my crop box, but I might have even just cropped it something like that, look, you know, something like that, just a square crop, just send that off, you know, and then it would be Command U, do your caption, and it's gone. Now obviously I'd have done that in about a minute probably, as opposed to 5 minutes that it's just taken me to do that, but you get the idea, and that's how I would edit. So hopefully that's helped you guys out a little bit. But yeah, it looks better than it did. Look, here's the original, and then brought him back a bit. But we're not bothered about any of this really, because he's the subject. But yeah, that's how I would take out shadows anyway. All just using the, I always remember when I was at RAF Cranwell, and I've mentioned it loads of times before, when you go into these sliders and you can just go way past, you know, and back, and then just find the happy medium, you know, something like that. You know, you probably could just get away with sliding that exposure quick. Just slide in the exposure quick, bit of contrast, bosh, F4, off it goes. You know, might even do that. And then on your second edit, if you want to send it again when you get home, you can have more of a go at it. But yeah, that would suffice, look, and then take the shadows out a bit and away it goes, you know. But that's how I take out my shadows anyway. Right, let's have a look at the camera, in-camera settings quickly, and I'll show you how I've got my cameras set up. Right, so as you can see here, JPEG quality is L10. I'll just show you that. Look, we're flat out maxed out at L10 in the JPEG quality. And then let's scroll through to the here we are, picture style. This is where I've made all my in-camera settings into there. Obviously you've got all your portrait, your landscape, your auto. I've set user defined 1. Let's go into there, let's hit info, and there we all are. Look, so all my sharpness settings, I'm maxed out on my sharpness settings at +7. Fineness, I'm at 3. Threshold is at 3, and then my contrast, I've just knocked that up to +1, and my saturation is +1, and then my colour tone, I did try messing about with that, but I ended up back at 0 because it just sent the tones wappy. So yeah, the main thing really is the strength of my sharpness, my sharpening, and that is +7, just to give it a little bit extra pop. But as you can see, we'll go through them again. Fineness is at 3, the threshold is at 3, the contrast +1, don't want to over contrast it and make the images too dark, saturation is +1, and then my colour tone is at 0. So yeah, hopefully that helps you out, and I think that's the majority of it really. There's not a lot else to show you in here really. That's the main in-camera settings for your image quality anyway. Yep, so jobs are good, and there we are. So let's just go back to that one. So yeah, have a go at playing about in your user defined and set one up to how you like it. Jobs are good. Right, well I hope that's helped you guys out a little bit. Just a quick video tonight, and I say that edit that I did on those shadows, that was a lot more in depth than I would probably do on pitch side, but I was just showing you all the techniques that can be used. I mean, I might, like I said on that edit, I might just quickly take the exposure up, bit of shadows, bosh, off it goes. You don't want to be missing any action, you see, at the end of the day when you're sending off live. But yeah, so hopefully that's helped you out, and have a tweak with those settings and copy my settings and see if that helps you out a bit. And then I was tweaking on the F3, on the R3 for quite a while before I sort of found the happy medium. And I have got various actions that just give it a bit of pump, a bit of, you know, a bit of pop and that on Photoshop, you know, if I need a little bit extra. I've got lots of actions set up, but I'll go into them on another video perhaps. But yeah, job's a good one. Leave any comments below, guys, and always good to hear from you, and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. Looking forward to Rotherham tomorrow, Rotherham versus Birmingham, so that'll be good. It's nice at Rotherham, and it's only down the road, so nice 50 minutes down the road and I'm at the game. So yeah, and I'll get there nice and early tomorrow, which will be better, and get my proper set that I didn't get last week. But anyway, yeah, have a good weekend. Let me know where you are this weekend, guys, and don't forget, post any of your favourite images on Photography Chat on the Facebook group. Great to see you. We're getting lots of new joiners, so yeah, and yeah, that's coming on nicely now. So anyway, have a great weekend, guys. Catch up soon. Job's a good one.